We are back with Miss Sara Bharrat. Sarah, um, what is your deepest concern about the state of women affairs in Guyana?
My deepest concern, well, at, very early on, we started realizing all these new state boards and so on and so on. And so on.
Mhm.
This is an issue that was raised and it was somewhat addressed publicly. We were asking where were women on the boards, you know? We were all the capable women in Guyana who were, why were they not choosing boards? Subsequently, some women didn't make it onto boards. And so unfortunately, got a lot of women in government and so on. But one of my biggest concerns, so it is still one of participation. Women is still one of participation. I mean, do we necessarily have as right actors to places of power as men do? And if somebody's going to tell me the answer is yes, I'm not simply responsible. I don't think so because I have a doctor. And I'm very willing to write the names down and tally them up and find that the women are very outnumbered. And I do not refer to second because that is because we lack capable education.
You have the ears and eyes of a global audience here tonight. Um, is there anything in particular you would like to draw their attention?
Um, I mean, I feel so terrible to draw your attention to again it's to but that's why I'm here. So and that is what I always do. But I think this thing with power, even though I need to think about it in the guidance context, I think it's something that's touched every single society across the world. And that issue is one of ethnicity in relation to identity and what it's done to all of us for decades and centuries. Um, Locally, here in Guyana, ethnicity in relation to identity has, of course, been linked to politics, manipulated by politics, influenced by politics. In essence, that identity, that ethnic identity, has been more or less become a political thing. But what people don't realize is that after an identity comes into existence, for example, um, I have Indian ancestry, and my identity became associated with a certain political icon here again. So now my identity more or less becomes the symbol of this political movement. And that stereotypes me that first and foremost determines who I am. So my response to that was developing an alternate identity that would rebel against that stereotype, against that related thing. Now, in the process of embracing this uh, rebel identity, what I was actually doing when you first met me, I was deconstructing my ethnic identity. I was deconstructing it. I was trying to understand how it came to be and what it really was. Because what politics had shaped it into wasn't what it really was. And that was unfair to the identity. It was unfair to the culture that's connected to that identity. And it's unfair to the children to whom that culture and identity are going to be transmitted to. So I think that is a major problem across the world. We don't quite understand, how politics really affects our ethnic identity, and we don't understand how that identity can evolve into something that's not necessarily good, that doesn't have, that doesn't add value. As a matter of fact, when that identity takes on negative qualities, then what it does is all of that negativity is spread into the person trying to embrace the identity and the identity they're trying to embrace is it's a mock identity, it's not the true form of the identity. So
Sir,
that is,
who are some women you admire or you continue to admire today?
um, I'm gonna have to cliche when I do this one. My mother.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I was younger, I spent a lot of time with my parents because when we were together, we were always out and about. So I spent a lot of my younger years with my grandparents, and I never really had time to fully connect with my mother until very recently. We started spending more time together. She was there for me post pregnancy, and I had a lot of time to just observe her. And that's when I truly understood the value of the woman. I mean, I always admired her because she's a single parent who brought me up. She's responsible for the woman that I am today. She's worked really, really hard to ensure that I got the things I need to have an education. So my mother is on top of all this. My grandmother is another woman I admire. Not necessarily for different reasons from my mother. The particular reason I admire her is this. Living in a male-dominated culture, she was more or less able to take charge of the surrounding. She was able to take charge of things. I think I learned that from her. I learned how to take charge of situations. I learned how to grab a hold of things like beliefs and then in order from her. And I was very thankful for that. More recently, I now let me tell you how the sort of gives you the wrong impression. When I first heard of Dr. Global Muhammad, who's a woman I greatly admire now, I learned of her from persons who were not necessarily sympathetic to her. The content that I was reading about her did not necessarily represent her in this way that she could have been represented in. Early last year, I spent some time sitting with her, speaking to her. I got to know her, and I learned about the woman, her passions, her beliefs. And when I really saw the woman, I realized that all along I had a woman was really contributing to the life. And the most recent engagement that I placed is actually the first lady, Sara Bharrat. I think this stranger is one of the. She's a very humble woman. She's very down to earth. I love that she wears sleeveless. I just wish the government would response now and people in the tropics. It's okay to wear a sleeveless shirt here and there. We're very popular. So those are the women that I admire. Those are the women that I look to.
If some of the older women in your family, including your mother and your grandmother, were to be telling a group of young women stories about life, what is a particular story you think they will tell?
I don't think there's a particular story that they would tell. But the stories, there's not a single story that they would tell. But the collection of stories that will be told by them would revolve around their earlier stages of life. Like my mom, from time to time, now that she's older, she tells me things about her younger self. And I'm also very similar to hear her speak of these experiences. And I think because older women so seldom speak about their earlier experiences, we like to assume, especially me, I love to assume that my grandmother and mother, they didn't live more life. They similar to me. And now that I know they're older, they talk more, they're more willing to tell me things so much different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not at all.
What is one principle you've learned from your mom or your grandmom? Let's stick with mom. That defines or sticks with you or resonates with you to this day.
Okay, that can be summarized in this phrase. Work hard.
I'll tell the truth.
Honestly, where to get the boss out.
What drives you these days, Sarah?
What
Drives you these days?
um what drives me these days is the thought that I can use a couple of words and teach somebody something they didn't know before. So the thought of being able to pass on knowledge and to teach that really motivates me now. I've been thinking of I've been thinking of my purpose for a very long time, struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So last time on this show, you asked me what next, and I couldn't answer you. But now I know. Now I most definitely know.
Please share.
If I off to my writing, is that I've been able to. I have a knack for taking complex situations and simplifying them, helping people to understand. And I'm happy that I've been able to do that. And I will continue to do it. And I will try to reach, wider audiences and to take different approaches.
I'm so glad, and I'm sure many others are glad to hear this, Sarah, because you're such an amazing and such a talented writer, and your stories are always very thought provoking and inspiring. So lead on. I mean, let's make this happen. In the chat room, there are a couple of questions. Karen asks, "What would you like to see the youth of Guyana? What would you like the youth of Guyana to be cognizant of?"
Alright, well, short term, I would love for them to be aware of the fact that local government elections is just around the corner, and I would have loved it if they had known that independent candidates can contest for a single seat on a neighborhood democratic council within the area that they live. So I really wish they were aware of that. However, in the long term, I really hope that young people might be less naive and less reliant upon those older than them. I mean, yes, our elders are wise in many ways, and they teach us so much. But there comes a period, there comes a time when we've got to let go, allow ourselves to be the and we've got to learn that the time for us to take charge is here. And if we're not careful, we're going to let that time just pass us by. And before we know it, we're going to find ourselves old, being led by people far older than us, who are stuck in a certain time zone, whose thought processes have not necessarily been evolved. So I want them to understand that now's the time.
Karen asked again, who are some Guyanese women you'd like to interview?
Who are some Guyanese women
that you would like to interview?
That I'd like to interview?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to interview Minister Anna Ali, and I'm hoping that I get a positive response from her. I would love to interview the former First Lady, Dewanshi Rajai. I would love to interview Mrs. Hines, who in her right is also a former First Lady as well. I would like to, the people who I view as being inaccessible are the people I would most like to interview. And the reason for that is because I believe they have stories to tell, but the stories really need to hear. So I'm hoping that some of these women will to make some time for me in 2016 and let me help them tell their stories in the best way possible.
TKR says CWS has interviewed lots of women. Oh, funny. Maybe CWS can help out.
I actually agree with her.
I actually read this stuff. What? Oh, that's a good one, T-Girl. Okay. Yeah, Sarah. I can't say this publicly, but, Sarah gets... Anyways. How are you... let me How are you discouraged, if at all, these days, Sarah? How are you encouraged these days?
I think encouragement is a thing that you find when you're young.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of creates a pool within you, and it just begins to grow and grow and grow within you. Because once encouragement has been given to you, it doesn't necessarily. I don't think it's off. It's just there. You just have to know how to tap into it. So I don't think that there's a thing that necessarily encourages me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's anything. Wanting to not change. I need that word change now. Maybe it's strong. Or maybe it's not too strong. I need the word change. So. But what encourages me is that I recognize that there are ways in which I can shape sort of world, sort of country, sort of region that I want to see. And having that knowledge is what keeps me going busy.
Can you tell us one particular challenge that you overcame recently that you were most proud of?
Why I must take one of my listeners. You just sit through it. Alright, so I have an issue with positions related to the politics, right?
Uh-huh.
If you ask me what my greatest fear is, my greatest fear is something. My greatest fear is to stand on any platform that can be big and big and and why is that my greatest fear? It's because I believe that every single politician, every single leader, every single person who's in a place of power, who somehow became not as good as they used to be. They started out with good intentions. They have great ideas. They wanted to do things. But something changed for them, and I believe I know the answer. What changed for them was their response to power. And power just it eats away at you, and it has all the time in the world to do it. And I believe that, we're not all strong enough, most of us are not strong enough to manage our response to power. The people who have been strong enough have been great leaders in history. And I think it's because of our response to power that good men with good intentions suddenly become great men with self-serving intentions. And I am afraid of myself in that place because I am afraid that power is going to come and convenience of it. But I've since overcome that. Uh-huh. Because somebody called me, didn't directly say it, they called me earlier today, told me just be paid. And I look at you, I'm like, I know you're trying to provoke me into acting, I know it. Already that was the indirect suggestion that you're doing. They were more or less stressing to me that if you want a place you can take up leadership positions, um, and where you have a chance to lend your voice to shape the way I want to nation building. So it goes beyond teaching, it goes beyond rewriting. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be teaching and writing. It doesn't mean that you're going to extend your reach by yourself to access other avenues of leadership. So I finally accepted that today. I did.
Let me just go to the chat room again. I see some questions came up here. T Girl said, yes, Selwyn, good idea. Right, Sarah. Yes, Selwyn, good idea. Right, Sarah. And Kim said, CWS interviewed Dr. Paloma Mohammed, but you have access to her. And Kim said, how can the youth contribute to racial harmony? Sarah, people seem to be rooting for you here tonight.
How can the youth contribute to racial harmony? Now, I cannot speak to this without speaking to the national effort being made to encourage social cohesion, to build it. I know that Minister Ali and the team, they really are doing their best. I'm sure they've been working tirelessly, to come up with a comprehensive plan for tackling social cohesion. And a big part of social cohesion, a big part of that cohesion is racial harmony. And what can young people do? And I'm not going to be funny in this. If I were being funny, I would tell you that interracial marriage is awesome. But no, that is not the answer. That is not the only answer, I should say. That works to some degree as well. What young people can do is this. Young people need to they need to lie it first of all, they need to construct their identity. Ask yourself, who are you? Now, if you can answer that question with perhaps an indirect, so you're putting an ethnic tag to your nationality. And, I've been preaching for years, and I'm not going to put that tag here, and I'm not going to put that tag here. And I still stand by that. The ethnic tag should not be there. Shouldn't be there at all. Nationality. However, the idea that we've been giving people is that a national identity requires a sacrifice of your ethnic identity and culture. It means giving it up. And you know what? That is not the case. There is no rule that says in order to acquire this grand idea of social cohesion, which will lead us to the building of a very strong national identity, we need to give up our ethnic identities and cultures. That's an innate part of who we are. It is what forms our cultural heritage and who we are as Guyanese. Without our respective ethnic identities and those cultures that come with it, there would be no such thing as Guyanese. So what young people can do to encourage racial harmony is this. Recognize what you believe your identity is. Deconstruct that identity. And then, if you're afraid that a national identity is going to take away your ethnic identity and take away your culture, then you need to accept that that is not the truth. It's not going to do that at all. Your ethnic identity has to remain in place, and that is what has to be the national identity that has to be. We're all individuals who love to be unique. So, as soon as we feel that something that makes us unique is being threatened, we pull into our shells, and the idea of a national identity has long been an abstract thing to us. And it is now a lack of a national identity that prevents us from seeing each other as one, as being a collective rather than just six peoples who will be different from each other. And I think if they can finally within themselves to recognize the values, their ethnic identity and culture, and then allow that to shape the national identity that comes to be, spread that knowledge, teach their peers to do the same thing. It's a process, it's a cycle, and it has to be taught by some, by someone who has gone through it. So peer education models, and that's what young people can be taught. Generational harmony. In fact, I believe if young people did that, we would solve Mr. Amna's issue of social cohesion. We would give social cohesion to our country as we have done a silver platter.
So it lies within or among the young people.
Definitely.
What are you doing for fun these days?
For fun, celebrating.
Yes, sir.
I want to see that.
Keep it PG, Sarah.
I know. Listen. So I used to game a lot when I was younger. Like I used to love gaming. Like I was so into it, man. Back then I could
Mm-hmm.
so this I'm addicted to chapter 1 2. I know the game is a bit outdated. I just discovered it. So I am totally addicted to chapter 1 2. Yeah, I game.
Okay. If you could go back in time to 4 years ago, what would you tell yourself? Yes. What would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself, Miss Bharrat, quit painting on the media days. Don't be bitter about it. And please, put down Chinese food in one day.
Chinese food? Really? Hold on, Sarah. Really? Really, Sarah? You're a Chinese food addict?
I think you're still Chinese food addict.
But then again, I must tell my international audience that Chinese food in Guyana is totally different to Chinese food abroad. So it can.
I don't know what is Chinese food abroad.
Let me just stop here because we might get into the whole cane juice thing, and I don't want to go there.
If the government recently dissolved the Ministry of Tourism, I believe if we kept that ministry and made Chinese food the primary selling point, tourism would be totally booming in there.
You really believe that, Sarah? What big plans you have for this 50th celebration, Sarah? What are you looking for, or what are you looking forward to see come out of this?
I'm not gonna answer that because honestly, I'm gonna answer by saying this. I'm not gonna have any expectations.
Okay.
I'm just waiting to see what they do.
That's fair.
What they do, and I'm gonna be proud of it because what I'm saying to do something. But for me, it's very important. March half a century. Around half a century. Was trying to fight Javanese head on. And I believe why we've done that is a lot of historical education as well as an inability to really value our history and what that means for our identity. So in 2016, what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be using history as a tool to drive social change. So it sounds a bit serious, but it's fun. It's going to be really fun. And it's using history as a tool to drive social change, and people are not even making realize they're going to Sara Bharrat is putting my name.
Please tag me with your first article, so I can put a link on your CWS page to your articles.
I don't want to go. It's not just going to be articles, but it's going to be some videos as well because I don't want to be one of those people who types my screen all the time.
Okay.
I'm to come with the lines, get out into sleep.
Which reminds me, Sarah. Which reminds me, I know I'm eating into our closing time here, but which reminds me that you promised to be on one Sunday afternoon on my other program on suicide epidemic. All right. One last thing I see, Kim Sim says, what area of government would you like if given a chance at a job?
I didn't get the
What
of the word government.
what area of government would you like if given a chance to join?
Chance of the government job, I think I'll pass on that because in order to get a decent salary, and I have to become a minister, and if I became a minister, then I would have to sell my soul by giving myself a salary increase that I believe is justifiable.
Sarah,
If I were to choose a middle ground, lower ground government job, then I would have to watch my ministers get a raise in pay while I am at the bottom there struggling with cost of living, standard of living, quality of life, the results from all of that. So honestly, if given a chance, I don't necessarily
oh Sarah, oh Sarah, you have no faith. You have no faith in the government employment. Huh?
No, it's not that I lack faith in the government. I think, let me tell you,
The employment, not the government, but the employment.
the employment. I no. But what I would do is, I would definitely welcome the opportunity to work independently with the government
Ah,
to create space. So I don't want to have a master over my head. That's the state, but I definitely would like to work independently in partnership with them to create solutions. Because in order for me to have a job in government, even with politics in Ghana, then I have to accept some amount of political granting. And so then, we are not going to take any political granting, so we're going to get government.
Sarah and her independence forever. Sarah, thank you so much. You know, I have to ask you this question. What makes you laugh out loud these days?
You?
Me? Oh, man. Oh, thanks, Sarah. I walked into that one. I walked into that. Thank you so much, Sarah. And I know it's late for you, very late for you. Well, I mean, an hour late for you in Guyana. But thanks for staying up and sharing your another aspect of your part of your journey with us.
I think we owe the thanks to people who are there listening to us.
All right. Good night.
Good night.